But when did you start Looksmaxxing? I've just been wondering that.
When did I start? I mean, I guess it depends on what you define as looks maxing, but
Yeah,
I don't know because like before I even knew, like I was going to the gym before I even knew what looks maxing was. So if you want to, like, that's what I'm talking about. Like if you want to count that as looks maxing, then I've been doing it for literally like 5, 6 years. But I don't think I really got heavy into like the self improvement, like specifically like becoming more attractive space until around like honestly probably like it was like senior year of high school. It was like right after I graduated because
yeah.
I had been lifting for years, but um I still didn't really like the way I looked, at least not facially. And then I remember I grew my dreads out and it took a while when my dreads got longer. And then they got like long enough to cover my forehead like senior year, and I started noticing how much better I looked. And then it was just kind of a spiral. Like that happened, and then I found out what mewing was, and then like all this other shit, and then it kind of just, you know what I'm saying? And then I made a channel off of it. So yeah. No.
Yeah, I first watched your video in like December, and that was my senior year. And
Oh really?
I started doing like the bare minimum stuff at first, like
Yeah.
mewing and stuff. And then I know one day I just went try hard and I just locked up. I started doing and I went up, bro. It was crazy.
You
Like,
know, yeah. That's
yeah.
how it is, bro. That's how it is. So, yeah, I mean, it's a process. It was something that I had to, it's definitely trial and error, but the reason I kind of made the channel is because I wanted to, I don't know, I wanted to help as many people as possible, and not kind of not have to basically make them not have to go through the mistakes I made because there was a bunch of shit I did that like fucked me up, and kind of delayed my progress that I kind of wish I hadn't done. So I just wanted to basically help you guys skip the process of that. You know what I'm saying? Because it is a process. But but yeah, hold on, let me pull up these questions real quick. So first off, the first thing I wanted to ask you, I know if you have any questions, you could just ask, but the first thing I wanted to ask you was, like, what is your, I guess, in terms of like, obviously you want to be more attractive and stuff like that, but in terms of like looks maxing and stuff, what's your main issue, you think? Like, what is the problem that you're trying to solve that looks maxing become more attractive will solve, basically, is what I want to know.
Um, just trying to get a girlfriend for real. And yeah,
Huh?
that's literally like why
Yeah,
I started. I'm just over here like lonely and shit. I'm just
yeah,
like I know I'm definitely like above average,
yeah.
but it's still taking like a good minute because like I'm just trying to find my way through.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I understand that. Understand that. So is that the only struggle, or do you have like any more, or is it really just like you just want females? Like, what is it? Uh,
Um, if I had to, maybe just you know being treated better. I don't know.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
I understand that too.
I feel like females is like top 80, like top
Yeah,
80% though, because like
yeah, yeah. No, I get that. So you said females, and you just want to be treated better in general.
yeah.
So do you have any like, do you have any recounts of how you were treated, before like you started looks maxing or anything like that? It could even be females because I have a couple of stories of females treat me like, oh my god, bro, like dog shit before I started doing all
Like
this.
just like by my homies for real, like not being
uh
the ugliest in the group, like you know
yeah,
how that is, you know.
yeah, I get that, I get that. Okay, okay. So I guess you kind of already answered, but the next question I had is like, what effect does that struggle kind of have on your life? So like you said, you wanted a girlfriend, you said that you just kind of want to be treated better. Like what how does that affect your life? You know what I'm saying? Like, it does it affect it negatively? Like, is there something you wish you could change? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean there'll be certain days where I'm just like, you know, going to sleep just like sad and shit because like I'm over here like not get like I'm like my friends are over here like pulling and I'm over here just like, just not having anybody to like text or whatever or wake up to or whatever.
Mm,
But so I mean in a negative way that has affected me, but in terms of like being treated by my homies, I never really cared about that, but it was just something that like stuck with me in my opinion.
mm, okay. Mm, okay. Damn, I'm realizing y'all are very similar to me, bro, because
Yeah.
some of these answers are very reminiscent of what I've been through. But okay. So the next thing I wanted to ask you, and you could just recount if you've ever tried anything else. The next thing I want to ask you is what solutions slash like programs or strategies or whatever have you already tried? Like basically what have you already tried to do in terms of like trying to become better in looks maxing and stuff like that?
Growing my dreads out, I started going to the gym like this week, like
Mm,
actually pretty late on that. Mewing. I got a really like very long skincare routine.
mm,
Um,
okay.
what else? Putting like Vaseline on my eyebrows to make it look thicker.
Mm, okay.
Um, I have a whole list of things I've written down. You mind if I pull it out right quick?
Yeah, you can.
All
That's all
right.
good. The more information, the better, you know.
Yeah.
Mm,
Oh, improving my abs. Using whitening strips.
mm. I
I'm
used
trying
to
to
do.
improve my posture too, so I can like look taller. Because I'm not as tall as you, but no, I'm taller than you, but I'm not like super tall. Like I'm not like 6 foot or anything. I'm like,
When was the last time you measured? Because I'm actually like I don't think a lot of people they watch my content and because I'm like kind of muscular, they don't think I'm that short, bro.
yeah, yeah,
I'm literally like 5'5". I'm like 5'6" on a good day. Like if you saw me, you'd be like, damn. Like,
yeah,
but oh, but you're probably taller than me. I mean, if you're around like 5'7", 5'8",
5'7" ish.
yeah, if you're around there, then you're probably like an inch taller than me or something like that. So, oh.
Yeah, like on a good day too.
All right. So you say you tried to fix your posture to get taller.
Yeah,
Okay. I need to make a video on that actually. Um, okay, and the next thing I was gonna ask you is, so out of all those, why is my camera tweaking? Out of all the methods that I don't know what that was, out of all the methods that you tried, um, like which one did you like the most and why? Basically, like which one do you think helped you out the most and why?
finding
Of
your
those-
archetype because I had this hairstyle like I didn't really think it suited me, but I had that for a while, and I
Mhm,
never really realized it. But like I wasn't really like at my full potential when I had that like hairstyle or whatever. I
mhm.
can show you like a before and after picture. Like I used to be cooked, like, and this was as far back as like 2023.
Yeah. Daryl,
Matter of
yeah, if you have any pictures for sure, pull them up because again, we need all the information we can get, and I'm trying to help as many people as possible. And if I can, even if I could use like your transformation as like an example of like what you could achieve, you know what I'm saying, with
yeah.
like the right methods and things like that, that would be perfect. So you just attach in the chat or something if you want to.
All right, just a moment.
Mhm. And then the next question. Uh, this is kind of like the same question, but just the inverse. So I was gonna say, out of all those methods that you tried, what was your least favorite? Like, what do you think like you didn't like about whatever you did the most? You know what I'm saying?
Least favorite. That's a that's a good question. Um. Trying to find my style, that's been like really hard. Like I need to like continue working on that because I have like a really basic style,
Hmm.
but that probably might be like my least favorite method because I feel like most of this just comes with confidence. You know, you just got to be confident with like what you wear. Like it can't be nothing crazy, but at the same time, like it has to be something like, you know, just fairly decent.
Yeah. So when you say
Here's
style,
a
oh
yeah, I was
damn, that's pretty good, bro. That's really good. That's a good you should send me that picture because that's a really good transformation.
yeah, like send you and I'm like, what?
Hold on. I mean, you could send it to me in the school.
I got you.
You could email. I mean, there's multiple ways. You can email it to me. I can give you my number. You can send it to me. But um, yeah, you literally could just attach in this chat, and I could download it. Like there's multiple different ways. But
All right, I
that's
got you.
yeah, that's a good transformation. You said I was from what 2020.
2023,
So I
like
was
the beginning of 2023.
okay. So I was beginning of 2023 to now or
This
around
was
now.
like in April, like 4 months after watching your videos,
Okay.
4 or 5 ish.
Actually, now that we're on that topic, another question I was gonna ask you. Um, and yeah, another question I'm gonna ask you. This one's kind of important. Is out of all those videos you watch, which one do you think really helped you the most to kind of transform? Like, and also, is there a video you watch over and over again? Because sometimes I do that. If I like see something that helps me out a lot, I'll rewatch the video sometimes to get it through my head. You know what I'm saying?
So it's the video "How to Look Smacks as a Black Teenager." That specific video, I feel
That
like
one.
it's the most helpful.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
And what part about that video was like the most helpful to you?
I like the archetype method you use because I feel
Mm,
like that's really important. Like you just gotta find somebody that that kind of looks like you, but just like way more attractive and just like kind of get inspiration from them, basically.
mhm. So you said the most helpful one was finding your archetype. So did you have an example of a guy you found um that kind of looked like you?
I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty hard to find. I
It's
mean,
not yeah,
I mean, it's not really. It's like you kind of look like me, for example. Like
yeah,
most of those photos, like I used you as inspiration. You could probably tell, like with the dreads and stuff.
yeah, the color dreads.
Yeah. But yeah, I ain't really like. It was hard to find somebody. I feel like I took inspiration off of just like a lot of guys or whatever,
Hmm.
what they were doing. Like I have a friend, I took inspiration, like style wise, I took inspiration off of like what he wore or whatever. It was just like a lot of people.
Yeah, different people. Yeah. I kind of did the same thing. One thing I will say is that the advice I gave on finding your archetype, it's really good, but again, kind of like you said, the only catch to it is that sometimes it could be kind of hard to find somebody who looks like you.
Yeah,
If you're not like I have some friends who are just like a default black guy archetype. Like they just look like so many guys, but then like I'm not like that. So it's like I kind of have to search. But one thing I will say is that you don't necessarily have to find like the archetype example doesn't have to be uh somebody who looks exactly like you. Cause actually the reason I even got those like colored dreads, like that shit really looked good on me. But the only reason I even got that was actually because I was watching this fitness influencer, Alex Eubank, and he doesn't look anything like me. But I just looked at out like I don't know if you know what it is, but I looked at Alex Eubank's like hair, and I was like, "Yo, I got dreads. What if I just, what if I just color my dreads blonde like he colored his?" And it worked. So it's like it doesn't necessarily have to be like a guy who you know what I'm saying, like who looks
yeah,
exactly like you. But if you can just kind of take that um if you could kind of take that idea and just apply it to multiple different guys who are attractive, then it can pretty much work. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Well, okay, that was helpful. Um, so I have a couple more questions. And these are kind of questions geared toward like the future of where you want to be in terms of like your looks and yourself and stuff like that. So ideally, like where would you want to take your Looksmaxxing slash like attractiveness in a few months? Like basically, what do you envision yourself wanting to look like in terms of like your hair, your body, your face? You know what I'm saying? Your
Yeah.
skin. Uh,
See, I don't know what I'm gonna look like in a few months because like I be coming up with stuff just like off the top of my head. I do want to at some point like get my ears pierced. I'm hoping to grow my dreads longer, obviously. Um, Still hitting the gym.
mhm.
Um, but in terms of like future stuff, I'm not sure honestly because there's like probably like a lot more stuff I can do, but I
Mhm.
just gotta like at some point grow facial hair when I like get to that age because like I'm kind of like you like I can't really grow facial hair. Like I tried minoxidil, but it's like I just gotta wait a little bit. Like I feel like I'm rushing it too much.
Yeah.
But,
One
but
thing I will say, for sure is that actually minoxidil, like my beard genetics aren't that good. Like you can see, I really can't grow nothing right now. But minoxidil, um, it helped me. I had a bare. Why is my camera tweaking? I had a bare face before. Like I literally had no facial hair, and minoxidil kind of took me from that to like where it is now. But um, I have very sensitive skin, so I actually had clearer skin before I started minoxidil than after. Like I went on Accutane and then I talked about it in my videos, but I came off Accutane and my skin was the clearest it had ever been. But then I started using minoxidil after that to get a beard, and I got some facial hair, but it fucked my skin up a little bit. And ever since then, my acne has not like it hasn't completely gone away. So
yeah,
one thing I will say is just if you have sensitive skin like me, then to just be careful with minoxidil because you don't like you have no idea what it'll do to your skin. For me, it was working for growing my hair, but it was also fucking up my skin. So I kind of like it gave me my acne back a little bit. So I kind of like hopped off of it. But um
yeah,
yeah,
I got sensitive skin too, but like you can see in the old photo, like I used to have like bad acne, but I've been using Curology. Um, but I'll still get like acne now and then. Like it's just not permanently gone.
yeah, yeah. I think what I'm gonna do, I wouldn't suggest you do this, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start using there's this cream. It's called like tretinoin or something like that. And
Yeah, that's in my formula actually, tretinoin.
oh, it is. Yeah, I'm gonna start. I haven't used that yet, but I think to kind of basically like purge my acne for good, I think I'm gonna start using that. And it's kind of like Accutane is. It makes your skin like worse at first. So
Yeah,
my
it
skin will
will.
probably be a little bit worse, but then after, like it'll be completely gone. And also, supposedly it helps your beard grow. So, yeah, my plan is to kind of just clear my skin up using tretinoin and then maybe get more facial hair too. But yeah, if that's something that
I'll like
you,
also help with like wrinkles and like help you anti-age your skin kind of.
yeah, and I think it clears up dark spots too.
Yeah,
So.
it does.
And I have like even when my skin is at its clearest, like I have days sometimes where it's clear, and when sometimes when it's like, why is my camera tweaking, bro? I have some days sometimes where it's clear and some where it's like not as clear. But even on those like clearer days, I still have like a lot of scarring from
Yeah,
the acne that I used to have. So I think tretinoin is supposed to help that too. But it's just like it's harsh. It's like Accutane. It's like a hard process. So you just gotta stick it out.
yeah.
But yeah, okay, so you said you wanted to get your ears pierced, grow your dreads out longer. Do you have any idea of kind of where you see your physique, like in the next
Physique.
couple months? Yeah, like your body in the next couple months. Oh.
I'm trying to. So like, I have like abs. I have like a six pack, but
Mm,
in terms of physique wise, I'm trying to keep like my body like lean, but I'm trying to like get more muscle, not to where it's like no defiance, but like some defiance. You know what I mean?
mhm. So you want like a lean, athletic type of build or what?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's kind of like what you have,
Okay. Yeah. All right.
but not. It doesn't have to be like super lean. It can just be like
Yeah. Yeah.
something that's tolerable.
Yeah. So do you have like a routine or you just I know you said you're just starting this week.
Yeah,
Um, so you probably don't have a routine yet.
I'm making one. I'm just
Making one? Okay.
doing push pull leg.
Push pull legs.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, when I first started, I was doing what's it called? I was doing full body. I don't know if you know what full body is, but why is my I don't know what's wrong with my camera. But I was doing full body and I was it's where you train all of your body parts in one workout, but you just do that like 5 or 6 times a week. And I
yeah,
built most of my physique at least in the first like year, I built most of my physique through that. But it was kind of playing against me a little bit because I didn't the first like 2 years that I was lifting weights, I actually never went to a public gym. I trained at my house. And because I didn't have as much machines and equipment and stuff like that, there were a lot of body parts that I kind of unintentionally neglected. Um, and one of those body parts was my triceps and my arms. So my arms are like super far lagging. Well, I mean, it's also just a genetic weak point, but they're also like super lagging and far behind. So I would just suggest to make sure if you see any body part that's lacking or anything like that, to kind of address it early. So you don't end up in a situation I ended up in where I'm like basically only training arms now to get them to catch up with everything else.
yeah.
All right.
Well, actually, I've been going back to the gym, but I've been to the gym like prior to like this week. But it's been like a good year or so since I've been back. But this time though, I'm doing like push pull leg because like I didn't really see any like results beforehand.
Mhm.
I used to go with my dad, and we used to just train like arms one day, not arms, back one day, chest one day, and then legs one day.
Mhm. Well, it seems like you got a pretty good starting point. You don't mind if you show me your physique real quick?
Yeah. Let me turn up the brightness. I don't know if you can see.
I see a little bit. Yeah, that's a good starting point, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good starting point. You got good genetics. So yeah, if you just stay consistent, and also one thing I will say is 99% of gym progress is really what you eat. Like, I think a lot of people don't realize how important that is. Your diet is like literally, honestly, if I had to put it in percentages, the way you work out is probably like 40% of it, and your diet is like 60. So,
Yeah.
um, it just depends on what you want to do. I know I say it in my videos, but if your goal is to gain more muscle mass or to you don't look like you're overweight, you look like you're kind of like I was, where you're a little bit leaner. um so your goal would probably be to gain more muscle mass, which means that you would probably need to um bulk, like going like a little, I don't know, like a year and a half long bulk, track your calories, make sure you get enough protein, things like that. And
Yeah.
just build those aesthetic muscles, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So I had a couple more questions. Um, one of the questions I wanted to ask, you said that you used to go to the gym, but you don't go to the gym now. So I want to ask, do you have any,
I started going back like this week.
yeah, this week? So I
Yeah.
wanted to ask if you've ever had any issues with being consistent or like motivation or anything like that. Hmm.
No, because I was just going with my dad, and that was just on his own routine. We would go 3 days a week. We would mostly go 3 days a week. It was rare if we didn't go 3 days a week.
Okay.
I find that it could be harder now because now I just go by myself. Like
Mhm.
I bought a gym membership like this week, so I'm kind of going by myself. I'm not going with like any buddies or anything.
Mhm.
But I don't know if I'll find any issues like with being consistent now.
Okay. So, um, one more question I wanted to ask you around that topic is, at least around like the whole looks maxing like future, like where do you see yourself in the future is where what do you think you needs to happen like between now and let's just say like 6 to 8 months from now to kind of look the way you want to look and attract the people you want to attract. You know what I mean? What do you think you need to
Yeah.
do?
Improve my posture, obviously. Keep hitting the gym.
Hmm.
Just kind of gonna let my like locks, go a little bit longer because
Hmm.
I don't like how like short it is. Um, I'm not sure how my facial hair is gonna be like in 6 to 8 months. But I'd like to grow that at some point.
Okay.
Keep
Okay.
moving because like I gotta fit. I want to get to like my best like point in terms of like jawline and stuff.
Hmm.
Um, keep doing my skincare routine because I got like a really long ass skincare routine. I've actually been putting like vitamin E oil on like my eyebrows, so it's supposed to like help it grow longer over time. Keep using whitening strips, and I might come up with some more stuff like in the next few months. But right now that's all I got.
Okay. Okay. So basically just improve everything overall
Yeah,
that you're already doing. Okay.
yeah,
All right. So I guess I got one more question kind of about um what you said about how you wanted to get like a girl and stuff like that.
yeah.
So um basically aside from the specific solutions that you've already tried in the past, what do you think is holding you back from getting that desired outcome? Like what do you think is holding you back
Get
from
girls
yeah,
basically.
getting that girl, getting whatever it is you want, respect, being treated better, all that stuff, being attractive.
See, I know I'm treated like right now. I'm treated respectfully.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I was always like a friend zone type nigga. Like I was always that guy that was like just hanging around them
Yeah.
just to be their friend or whatever. Like there was just no like outcome that would have came out. Like I remember for like the junior year and senior year of my high school, like there was this girl I was just sipping for because I was like hoping that I could get with her. That never ended up happening.
Yeah.
But I just hung around like a lot of girls. I still kind of do, just in desire that I would get with at least like some girl or whatever. But I feel like that kind of gives off like um kind of like gay vibes, like you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you're the only guy person in like a girl group or whatever. I feel like that probably held me back. People just thinking I'm not straight or whatever.
Mhm. Do you think that the do you think that the women that you were trying to get with at the time thought you were like their gay friend or whatever?
That is possible, but I don't think all of them thought that. Some of them thought I was straight, but I don't know. At the time, some of them didn't they probably didn't think of me as like attractive or whatever.
Mhm.
Like you can see in that photo right there, like I was chopped, like I was an ugly boy. But uh,
Honestly,
they,
bro, you look you don't look that bad in that before. You look better than me, bro, in that before. I had this one picture, I always use it, and every time I look at it, I just start laughing so hard, bro. It's that picture where I'm like behind my green screen and I got like acne all over. Oh my God.
yeah,
I look at that picture and I just laugh so hard because I'm like, bro, like I can't believe I used to walk outside looking like that. So
yeah, bro. But
okay, so you said um they keep friend zoning you, and I guess you kind of basically said they don't really see you as like a man, like they
see
do,
me
but
as a brother.
yeah, like they don't see you as like a potential option,
Yeah,
like, and you think it's because of your looks, is what you're saying, or that plays a part in it.
before it was looks, but I feel like. when I just switched up all of a sudden, it was just confusing. Like, I don't know,
Yeah,
is this nigga? Because when you see somebody that's ugly and then they just all of a sudden like start looks maxing, you kind of don't like change your perception of them until like a little later.
yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. And I got one more question, which is what is like in your head, what is your ideal time frame to get that desired outcome? Like what how much time do you think it would take to basically go from the version you are now to like that peak like Chad version of yourself? You know what I'm saying?
Probably like early 2026, maybe. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. So from now, like from 2024 to early 2026.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Uh, all right. Do you have I am gonna have to end this soon, but I just want to ask one more thing, which is, do you have any other questions for me? And it could be anything like about how you want to improve your looks or anything like if you want to know something about me or anything like that. Do you just have any final questions? I literally gotta go take an exam in like 30 minutes. So
Uh, um, you got any tips for me, like as far as the photo you seeing, like
oh, like the after photo?
yeah, the after photo, like what I could still do to this day?
Um, I'm trying to go to it. You put it in the chat, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so one thing I will say is, I guess in this after, I would say, um, you should probably thicken your eyebrows. I know you're already working on it,
Yeah.
but
Oh yeah, it's pretty like
yeah, in the photo that I'm looking at, I can see like, especially your right eyebrow, it's like half of it is like gone. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like it's kind of thin. So definitely darken your eyebrows. The way that there's multiple ways to do it. The way I do it is I just put minoxidil on mine, but you can actually this is what I don't know if you know Austin Dunham or like what FedEx Fearless are, but what they do,
FedEx, I know FedEx Feelings,
you
yeah.
know, FedEx, yeah, he has this like what's it called? This yeah, I don't even know what it is. It's like this beard cream or something like that. It's called like Just for Men. And
Yeah.
he uses it on his beard, but you can also use it on your eyebrows. And what it's supposed to do is it's basically like a hair darkener. You know what I'm saying? Like it like it you can put it on your eyebrows and then you just wait for it to dry and then you wash it off. And when it comes off, like your eyebrows and your facial hair in general just looks way, way, way darker.
Yeah.
Um, so if that's something that you want to do for your eyebrows, I would suggest you do that. And then another thing I would say is just you should probably keep working on the physique. It's not terrible or anything like that, but
Yeah.
again, this is 2024, and if you want to stand out, you got to do a lot to stand out amongst other men. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
if your physique is just not in that top 20%, then it's going to be kind of hard to leverage unless you're just like extremely, extremely good looking, which I'm still working on. You know what I'm saying? Like we're all still working on that. Unless you're just like God's here good looking, a nice physique will definitely help. And even if you are, it'll still very, very much help. So I would just say keep going to the gym like you're already doing. Start tracking your calories is what I would say. I know you said that you were just kind of going, you haven't really made a routine yet. What I would suggest is once you find a routine, you download some type of calorie tracker. So you don't have to use it, but the one I use is MyFitnessPal. I would suggest you download something like that to keep track of how many calories you're eating every day and make sure that you're making progress. For you, I would suggest you bulk up a little bit, gain some more size on your arms, your chest, your back, you know what I'm saying, your legs, all those aesthetic muscles. And in order to do that, you are going to need to track your to do it the most efficiently. You're going to need to track your calories. You're going to make sure you're in a caloric surplus, which just means you're eating more than you're burning, all that stuff. And then the last thing I would say is just to keep growing your hair out longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
um
That was
yeah
like when I first locked up.
yeah
So
Yeah, you know, it looks good, yeah. But just keep doing I think longer hair, you're kind of like me, where shorter hair just doesn't really look that good on you. I'm kind of the same way, but longer hair helps our face shape. So I think you should do that. And then again, I know you said you were trying to get facial hair. I think you should start putting, if you really want facial hair, I would say you should start putting minoxidil on, but just be careful because it can fuck up your skin. You know what I mean? It fucks up
Yeah,
your collagen. So if you're gonna do it, make sure you're taking like some collagen peptides or something on the side. That's what I do. And then you should probably like take it with some type of oil or something like that to kind of like not